Hello Aquarius, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Aquarius, my friends, we're going to look at you and we're going to look at them. It's always fun to do it. We're going to do it with the archetype deck to make it even more interesting. Oh, Larry's here with me. He's just getting comfortable. All right, Larry is the cat, in case anyone is new to the channel. All right, Aquarius, we're going to look at who you are and who they are with quite a few cards here in this spread. We're going to look at like what motivational aspects are there, things that have been overcome, how you view each other. Okay, you are the servant. You delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. You did pull that out in the upright. So you're just so sweet, aren't you? Okay, what motivates you? Now that's interesting. Child nature. Tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. I want to say what motivates you is anyone who has a tendency to abuse. So, okay. What you've overcome. Now that's interesting. It's in the shadow. There's another card that fell down in reverse. Okay. What you've overcome is guide in the shadow, places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. So some of you may have been working in some sort of spiritual environment. Some of you may have been controlled by your finances as opposed to what you were able to do or not do. Sorry, I am just making a little bit more space here. This is a bigger spread. Okay. And how you view the other. So that's interesting. It was in the reverse. It's damsel in the shadow. Someone who's waiting for a knight to provide for them. Seduction by romantic illusion. All right. And who is the other then? I think there's something that motivates you here where, I don't know, those that abuse, whether it's people or animals. Okay, who's the other? Oh, they are in the reverse. They're martyr in the shadow. This person is addicted to self-pity. Oh, woe is me. What motivates them? Femme fatale, but in the light. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Interesting, right? Because you see them as the damsel in the shadow. They are like the martyr in the reverse. So, oh, poor me. This person's addicted to self-pity. And what motivates them, though? Well, I want to say there is something here about getting past rejection. Getting past rejection is what motivates them. So this, I don't know, this person could be in a bad space in terms of feeling rejected and oh, woe is me. What have they overcome? What the frick? Warrior, but it's in the light. Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in overcoming the ego. Now, I find this a really interesting, when I ask what has been overcome using this deck, I kind of feel like when it is showing up in the light, that it's something that, you know, it's not what you really want to overcome. You want to overcome the shadow. So yeah, I'm going to say that this person's energy is not the best, but this person could be feeling rejected. When your dependency is rejected, opening your heart when your dependency is rejected. This person could be involved in, now that's also interesting. Based on the cards that you've come out, so this person might be trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. And they might be indifferent to who they inflict pain and suffering on. Right? Well, isn't that interesting? Because you have a motivation here that has something to do with those, I want to say those that have a tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. Unless I'm looking at two very psychotic people. Merry Christmas. Okay. How they view you. Advocate in the reverse. Embracing negative causes or committing to a cause for personal gain. Well, this is going to be interesting. Got the nunk mum, the mum nunk. The monk nun is in the shadow. Hedonist is in the upright. Okay, but the shadow, negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. Well, I'm going to ask. I'm going to get a separate card here. How the heck does Aquarius know this? What? I just sat down to do this, and I feel like I'm doing it on the fly. I picked out. So what deck do I want to look at here? For how do you? Well, let's just do this one. Okay, we'll just do this one. How do you know? How do you know this person? Like, how are you connected to this person? Priest. The fuck? Is this your pastor? What is this? Someone who facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. How do you know this person? Lover's at the bottom. I don't know, maybe it's your lover. Y'all having a rough time. Okay. You're someone who does like to give. You have a kind heart here. You do give to those that you can in any way that you can. I feel like you have some type of motivation here. And I'm not going to lie. I almost wonder, because what you've overcome is having a situation where financial gain had control over your spirituality, or like, I want to say spiritual insight. It could be any type of insight. This could be someone who, like, maybe you could be a financial advisor, or you could be a banker, or you could be a tarot reader. You could, like, be almost anyone who's giving some type of advice or insight, right? But so maybe at some time you were giving that advice because, well, I need to financially, or I need to do this financially, or like, I don't know, I'm just feeling like a financial advisor might be directing people to certain, whatever those things are called, like, you know, so my financial advisor deals with that shit. What are they called? Those, I don't know, certain things to invest in or whatever, because there's kickbacks or something. Oh, it's interesting energy. But there's, I want to say, I'm also seeing like the prostitute energy here, but in the upright. So no longer negotiating your soul for like physical survival, or the spirit of yourself for physical survival. You do see, I want to say in some regard here, you do see this person accurately, right? It's funny because their motivation is, I want to say it is to be dependable. Well, maybe. It is to be independent. But because they have the martyr in the reverse, this person definitely feels sorry for themselves. And the thing that you've overcome, right? Like, I think is the thing that they haven't. And it's interesting that you both view one another in the shadow. They think that you embrace negative causes, or you're committing to causes for some type of personal gain, which is really interesting. Because I feel like you overcome that, whatever that was. I feel a little bit like you view each other somewhat accurately, but maybe a bit delayed in development or knowing. So I don't know if there's some type of time period of separation here between you and this person. Priest, though. You could both have been in the same. One of you could have been guiding the other, or you could have both been in a situation where you were equally guiding others or receiving guidance from another. Like, you could know this person through the church. Servant. Who you are. You're a servant. Look at you. But you don't talk about it. Oh, look at this. Six of Pentacles and the Page of Wands in reverse. You give of yourself. You don't talk about it. Like, if you could be donating to different organizations and charities, or you could be doing volunteer work, but you don't talk about it. So, you know, that's interesting. I gotta say I like it, because it's kind of coming off as somebody who does this because you just delight in doing good things for nice people. You're not looking for anyone to give you approval for that, or to gain any points with anybody, but that's who you are. So you give of yourself to others. It's free. It's from the kindness of my heart, but you don't talk about it. You don't boast about it. What motivates you? Now there's this tendency to abuse animals and people. This is interesting. The Three of Cups came out. The Three of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. And the environment. I feel like there's something coming up about your past here. And it does feel like it could have something to do with your work or a group. It's like something wasn't right there. Okay, something wasn't right in the group. Is there a tendency to abuse other people there? You're definitely coming off as somebody who wants to right wrongs. And you don't necessarily talk about it, though. Maybe you work somewhere, or you've worked somewhere where they're doing things to the environment that aren't healthy, or they're abusing people in some way. That's where your motivation is here. These could have, I want to say it's weird, like it's almost like people that you might have called your friends at some point. You might have described them as your friends. What you've overcome is the guide in the shadow. Oh, look at that. Oh, the Hermit and the Five of Cups. Placing financial gain. It's just almost like, I don't know what you were doing. It's like you were working somewhere or doing something where you did feel like you had to be quiet. I'm not gonna, I almost feel like, and like it was likely something for either financial gain or, well, you know, you got to pay your bills, like whatever it could have been. And it's kind of like right now, you're doing things that you want to do, and there's no money involved. It's nobody really telling you how to do things. And I don't know if it's making up for stuff. I mean, I don't know, like corporate. I don't know. I think I've described it as best as I can. Like in some way here, you were giving advice or insights to people, but you were doing that for some type of financial gain. And yet, see, like, so when I talk about that, like, it almost feels like it would probably be work, right? Like, where would you get a financial gain? In a place that you're working. And then you're motivated by those, again, well, it looks like something to do with work, where there is a tendency to abuse animals or the environment or even people. So I wonder what this is that you're doing. Like you could be planting trees or something. I don't know. Like in this servant energy. How you view the other. You view them as the damsel in the shadow. The Two of Swords. You're not sure about this person. I would say that. You're not sure about this person. The Two of Swords. The Emperor in reverse, and the Seven of Cups. I wonder if this is like who you worked for. Like a boss or something over here. That's fascinating. I'm curious if any of you are like participating in something here that is trying to correct some type of wrongs that were going on in a work environment. And it's almost like if this is true and this is in any way connected to someone like who was higher up than you, it's almost like this person, if they were doing something wrong, right? And I kind of want to say that they were. They're trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, and they don't care who they hurt. Right? And you're seeing like some type of a leader here in the reverse, and this is somebody who it's their way or the highway. And I do feel like you just feel you're confused about this person. You think this person might be confused. They feel sorry for themselves, right? That's who they are. They're like, oh, so sad me. They feel sorry for themselves. Oh, do they ever? The Three of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. It's almost like this person doesn't see a positive future for themselves, and they think that that's the long road. That's the long road ahead here. Poor me. I've brought, poor me, all I have to look forward to is sadness and heartache. And that's the long road forward. I can't help but wonder if this person is using the femme fatale in not quite a healthy way, even though it shows up in the light, right? This is what motivates them. Highlighting their erotic energy of the feminine opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. When your dependency. So if you've rejected this person's dependency, right? I won't be dependent on you. If it was a job, I could see that. Like it might not be like a romantic situation. So let's see. The femme fatale in the light is what motivates them. Oh my gosh, what the fuck is with this person? The star's in reverse, the Five of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. This person really doesn't feel like they can win. I don't know. They do not feel like there's any way that they can come out winning here. Okay, I want to just, before we keep going here, the priest is how you know this person. The Nine of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. This is somebody... It just feels like someone giving bad advice. Somebody giving bad advice, and the bad advice changing everything. And you seem to like, you're pulling away from that. So I don't, really, honestly, I'm getting this vibe here that you worked somewhere and, you know, you got in there, wherever there was. It's not really being clear here, but I want to say it has something to do with imparting insight or advice in some way. So it could be consulting. There's so many things that could honestly be. But it's as if when you were there, you were realizing that, oh, well, maybe not. I mean, you may, but you're not talking. Why is the Page of Wands in the reverse? You're not talking right now. You'll just serve, but you won't say anything. You'll give of your heart here. In some way, your finances had to come ahead. They had to come first for, you know, whatever was going on in your life, which, yeah, I mean, it could be a circumstance for many people at different times. Like, I'm really, it's very curious. Like, I feel like you're like either this person is, this other person is a leader, or you and this person had the same leader. And it's almost, okay, like, if this person was your leader in some way, I feel like you've overcome any tendencies that this person had, or was maybe kind of pushing others to utilize in work. If you shared a boss or a superior with this person, I still feel like in either example, that the superior was trying to push certain ideas and ideals. It's like this person is taking that on and you are not. The warrior and the light, what they've overcome. See the Six of Wands in the reverse. This person's not coming out on the winning end. So, okay. Now when I go over here, right? This is how they view you. I feel like this is somehow attached to what motivates you here that's in the reverse. Is people, there's something here, people in your past that they abuse things. They abuse the system, they abuse the environment, whatever it could be. People, it's almost like this person views you, you're just embracing this negative cause for personal gain. But this feels like negative cause over here. Like it's giving me this vibe of, you know, like a big industry or something. Like it's giving me a vibe of like, was it DuPont? DuPont or something, like any one of those big chemical companies, right? I mean, oh God, talk about abusing the environment, animals, and people. Like hugely in some places, right? It's odd. And it's almost like you're, I don't even see you like whistleblowing, to be quite honest. I see you trying to do good things from your heart here, and you're not even talking about it. So it's almost like you're just like, I'm just over here trying to do good things now. Maybe, like, this is maybe not anyone's scenario, but this is how it feels. It's like, let's say you work for a big company like DuPont or something like that. And there's, yeah, they've been putting chemicals into the public water system. It's just, I think that's even a thing. I think they've done that. And you were there, you were making money, you were earning an income there while that was happening. So, right, like, but you've overcome that. So you've left. And then it's almost like, I want to say, like, you could even be going to the hospital. You could be going to the hospital and you're not saying anything. You're not. You're like, so you wouldn't even be like calling out the company, and maybe it could even be a gag order or whatever. But it's like, what can I do? What can I do to help people? How can I make this better? It's totally how you're coming across here. And I'm fascinated by the fact that you have this Page of Wands in reverse, because it's like you don't talk about it, you don't say anything, and you just do it. You're just getting in there and you're doing your thing and you're doing good things. And these mother frickers over here are like, you're doing this for some type of personal gain. It's like, you're certainly not. If anything, you're doing it to satisfy your soul. Yeah, I would say it's like you're, whatever it is that you could be doing, giving of yourself just freely, you're doing it just to satisfy your soul. Like, I need to do something here to satisfy my soul because I feel shitty about, well, maybe it's something you've been overcoming. I don't know. No. Oh, I'm getting all hot. You know what it is when I get all worked up? I get hot. Do you see? I start to turn pink. You see it? Yeah. Oh, this is Jizzo, Larry. I'm looking at Jizzo. Just for a minute. I think that's what it is. I get all worked up. I get a hot flash going on. So I gotta stay calm. But we're gonna miss out on most of the fun parts of Cindy, though. Okay, Advocate in the reverse. This is how they see you. Page of Pentacles in the Chariot. Page of Pentacles in the Chariot. Embracing negative causes. Or committing to... Who is this fucking person? Like, are the cards... It's almost like you're off to something new. You're going to go do something new and nice. And literally, you're doing it because it brings you happiness. It brings you friggin' happiness. And it almost, like, it makes your heart feel free. And maybe you haven't felt free in the past. And you're doing something where, like, I can do this. And I feel needed, I feel appreciated, I feel like I'm making a difference. Look at you, moving on and doing new things here. Fuck. Oh, that's interesting. The Empress and the King of Pentacles. Well, well, well. It's an interesting combination. That's the underlying. What do you think of that, Larry? As something is outmatched here. But I could see the King of Pentacles. If there was any king that didn't qualify for an Empress, but thought he did, it would be the King of Pentacles. It's funny, right? Totally. Yeah. I was like, oh, that'll be a good acquisition. So, I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to ask what the other doesn't know about you, what you don't know about them, and what are their hidden intentions towards you. I'm going to look at three things. There's Sir Larry. He's coming in for the end here. And that's what we got, eh, Larry? Such an interesting reading. Thank you so much, Aquarius. We need a kiss. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.